What's going on, Nintendo family? Switch Unity here. So Mario's 40th anniversary is looking a bit barren based off of the September 12th Direct. While we are getting a new Yoshi game, a re-release of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and a Mario Galaxy movie, I was wanting a little more than just spin-offs and re-releases. And don't get me wrong, I definitely will be adding another copy of Mario Galaxy to go perfectly with my copy included with 3D All-Stars, but I feel as though that there are definitely some big factors at play explaining this minimalist anniversary. So as quick as I can, I will try to explain why we are not getting as much Mario as we should for a 40th anniversary. Firstly, Shigeru Miyamoto, while he is still appearing in directs, it's safe to assume that he is getting pretty tired. Obviously he still loves Mario, but he's just not as up to jumping into new games development like he used to. And honestly, I can't blame him. He most likely doesn't want to deal with the intensive game development process and wants to focus more on the small things in life and just living his life in general. And it's a great time for him to do that, because what more of a perfect way could he sit back, relax, and live life other than helping out the development of Tomodachi Life. So yeah, clearly he has his hands all over Tomodachi Life, and that's why he can't have his hands all over a Mario games development right now. So number 2, Shigeru Miyamoto is most likely intimidated by all the hidden gems indie devs have been pumping out into the 3D platforming genre. Games like A Hat in Time, The Big Catch Tackle Box, Pseudo-Regalia, and most recently Hollow Knight Silksong are clearly scaring him, and he's probably saying to himself, bro, screw this fierce competition stuff, I just want to sit back and work on Tomodachi Life. In 3, it kind of goes back to him being tired, but looking at the 40th anniversary image made me remember that if Mario is 40 years old, that also implies that Shigeru Miyamoto is also 40, and we all know once you get to 40, every step you take you have a 13% chance to fall over, so it definitely would be hard for him to develop a 3D Mario game when Miyamoto still needs to record all of the 3D motion capture that would be needed for all of Mario's new technique and move animations. Fourthly, while I have been focusing on Miyamoto and his current mental state, let's not forget Mario has feelings too, and honestly, with how jam-packed his other anniversaries have been, I don't blame him for wanting to take the back seat and let Yoshi take the spotlight for once during these anniversaries, because sometimes it's hard for Jumpman to jump, man. And lastly is actually based around the number 40. If you look at Mario, does this guy look 40 to you? I don't really think he does, and I think that's kind of what Nintendo's thinking as well, because Nintendo, they probably look at Mario and they're like, this guy's not 40 at all, and it probably is kind of pissing them off that people are trying to put labels on him, calling him 40, all only because it's his 40th anniversary, which kind of gives me a theory that Nintendo might stop doing anniversaries for Mario, because he's not that old and people are trying to portray him as being this old character, but dude, this guy, he is spry, probably in his like late 20s at most. So Nintendo, I know you were mad at these slanderous people calling Mario 40, and Miyamoto, I know you and Mario are tired, but please release a new Mario game soon, because even after I take 40 trips to the new Nintendo Land in Orlando, Florida, I don't know if I will still be patient enough to wait for the next 40th anniversary for the next Mario game. Like, that'll be the 80th anniversary, and at that point, I might have to cave and play all those great indie platformers instead of the Mario games I so desire. So if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do.